And this here is a car that I just recently rebuilt the front calipers on and replaced the valve cover. So hey guys, I'm out here working on a 97 Nissan Sentra today, and I had ordered some new spark plugs, some spark plug wires, and a gasket for the valve cover because it's leaking pretty bad here. You can see how bad the valve cover is leaking. So I decided to get a new seal for it, and when I pulled the spark plug boots out, there was just a ton of oil down in there, and I was kind of perplexed why there wasn't any seals with the gasket. I thought for sure that, you know, everything to seal the valve cover or the camshaft cover should have all the seals in it. However, apparently on this particular model, the spark plug seals are not replaceable. You can see where I popped or attempted to pop them out, and if you can see this, what is supposed to be an orange plate here, it's what's holding the seals in, and you can't remove it. So you can break the seals to bits and they'll come out that way, but there's no way to get a new one in. There have been people that have dremeled holes that can pop the seals out, but then nothing holds the seals in. Other markets, the seals are replaceable, and by the time you buy a valve cover from another market, you could have just bought another valve cover that's supposed to fit this car. So that's what we did. It's about $150 to $200 to replace it, but hopefully you'll never have any trouble out of it again. But I've never seen anything like that, and very interesting, and I thought I would show it to you guys. I know a lot of people complain about Porsche parts, but at least our little seals are replaceable, and you don't have to buy a whole new valve cover or something like that just because some seals go out. So there you go. Just something interesting. I should have it in the next few days. So the main reason this car came in was that the brake pads were worn out, and once I got it apart, I could see that the seal here was torn badly, and there was fluid leaking all over the place, and it was getting on the brake pads and wearing them out. I still need to take the rotors and get them turned, but yeah, I've got to rebuild these calipers now, so I've got a Caliper Rebuild Kit here, and it's pretty simple to rebuild these things, and I've actually got a home that I'm going to run through there, and you can see I've got the new pads here, and then I got the rebuild kit for that, and if I can find my drill, I've got a hone here, and I'm just going to run it through there. I do have the piston. Here it is. Now I'm going to reuse this piston. It is in nice shape. I cleaned it up. I didn't worry about that too much, but I cleaned it up here and it looks really good. I did find a nick here, and I'm going to take my file to that, and that could have been the reason why it tore. It might have tore because somebody didn't press the piston back down on the last change or whatever, but I'm going to take my file and just get rid of that slight nick in it there, and this piston should be good to go. So here's a closer look at that nick. I'm not sure that you can see it on camera all that well, but when I do run my finger over top of it, it's very sharp, and it does concern me that it will tear my boot. So I've got my file out here now, and I'm going to try and clean it up. So I've got it cleaned up now, and you can see that I had to take quite a bit of it off because they had deformed it pretty good, and now it's nice and flush and really smooth. So I don't have to worry about it tearing the boot now. And I do want to point out that whoever done this must have done that while they were trying to push the piston back in, and more than likely that's what tore this boot, or perhaps this little nick tore the boot out. No telling which was first. A little trick that I do to keep from scoring the piston in any way is I always use the old brake pad and press on the pad, because you're just going to throw this away anyway. So always leave the pad in there, and then take my C-clamp, or sometimes I'll use, you know, pliers like that. Just depends on the car if you can. I always put some tissue or paper towels between it, or, you know, anything you can find. But yeah, you just put your C-clamp or whatever you're going to use to press it back in onto the old pad that you're going to chuck in the trash anyway, and your piston will never get damaged. So next I need to get this O-ring out of the caliper here, and I'm just going to sweep it down like that and remove it just like that. Alright, that turned out great. I've got to remove a few bits of dust in there, and I'm ready to start putting my new seals in. So here are the parts that I removed. It's the torn boot, the old O-ring, and the piston. The new kit has the new O-ring, the new boot, and a new dust cover for the bleeder. So the first thing I need to install is my new O-ring here. And it slips into that groove there. Once you have your O-ring in, you're ready to put the boot on. You can see this groove on the back side of it, and it fits in the groove right in front of the O-ring there. Once you have that done, you have a brand new caliper. All you have to do now is slide your piston in, and the inside edge of that boot snaps into this groove, and you're ready to go. And there you go, now we have a nice newly rebuilt caliper. So alright guys, you can see that this is the valve cover that's on the car, and it had oil way down in the little spark plug holes, and you can see there's some writing on there, so there's no telling. They probably put a junkyard part on this car. And anyway, I had ordered this new one Sunday night, and here it is Tuesday, and it's already here. This looks excellent. So here's the brand new cam cover, and I'll be getting this on there. So alright, I got the new seal in place here, and it looks great, and we're just going to get it put on now. So alright, I got everything installed. We've got new wires, and we've got a new cover here, and we've got the front calipers rebuilt, and hopefully with this new cover and seal there won't be any more oil getting on the exhaust there. I'm almost ready to start it up. I did overlook the Pcv valve. I thought perhaps it would be reusable, and it isn't, so I'm going to go grab one of those right quick and we'll be done. So I just had one of the most interesting things happen to me at the parts store. I had called one store asking for a Pcv valve, and they said it'd be about $3 and they would have it in the morning. And I asked them if there was any locally available, and they checked their computer and they said, yeah, there's one across town. And I said, well, you know, I'll just drive up there and pick one up. And I got over there, and the guy went to the back and said, there you go. He said they've discontinued them, and we're just going to throw them in the trash. So there you go, just don't bring it back. So I got a free Pcv valve. It may have only been $3, but hey, it's still pretty nice to have something for free every now and then. So alright, I had to order this grommet to go in the back of the cover here, because the Pcv valve that I picked up the other night will not fit in there without it. So now, after I get this pushed in, we should be good to go. Alright guys, I'm replacing the old oily auto lights with these brand new NGKs. So now I have the new spark plugs in and the new Pcv valve on, and we're ready to start this thing up. I am going to be cleaning this engine up a little bit and getting this oil off of it before I give it back to the customer. So let's start it up and see what it does. Alright, let's start her up. Here's the car I just finished, and I had to clean it up. There was oil all over the engine. This valve cover had a bad gasket, and these seals around the spark plugs aren't replaceable, so you have to order a whole new valve cover, which cost about $150. And I had to replace the Pcv valve and everything. And I just got through cleaning it up. It's new spark plug wires and new spark plugs. So it'll leave tomorrow.